Alright, let's look at number 45. This one says demand is this one, supply is this one, find the market equilibrium point. Easiest way is to solve both of them for one variable. So I picked P. Take the first one, divide by 2, and you get P equals this for demand. For supply, I threw the Q to the other side, divided by 3, now I got P equals this. So now P equals this, and P equals that, then this has to equal that. You can set them equal to each other because they both equal P. So I multiplied everything by 6, and I brought 3Q over here and subtracted 68, divided by 5, I get my Q. Now what did I do here? Plugged it into that one, but I could have just easily used that one, or either one up here, it doesn't matter. P for 20, plugged in 20 for X, or for Q, and I get price is 18. So you want 20 on the shelves, and you want to charge $18. Okay, number 50 says you're going to buy 10 sunglasses at 75 or 30 pair at 25. And so the supplier says 35 at 80 and 5 at 20. So you've got two equations you have to find. Take this one and do the slope formula and plug it in and simplify. You got your demand. Now take these 2 points and do the same thing. And now you've got supply. And now down here they want you to find the market equilibrium point. So since they both are equal to P, you can set them equal to each other. And when you solve it for Q, since Q is the only thing there. Once you know Q is 20, pick either one to find P, and now you got it, 50-20. 51, it says you got a tax. And they say, what is the amount of the tax? Well, if you look at this guy, from 90 to 105, that's a $15 tax you're adding. So it's 15. What's the original equilibrium price? Well, it's this guy right here, which is 100. What's the new equilibrium price? It's this one, which is 110.50 or 50.110. Okay, and then part D says, what does the supplier suffer from the tax even though it is passed on? Yes, because he can only sell 50 items. Versus up here he sells 100. 100 times 100, that's 10,000. 110 times 50 is 5,050. You don't make nearly as much money. 55. Suppose a certain product is given with a supply and demand there. If a $5 tax is levied, find the market equilibrium price. Alright, so you always have to add, once you have price equals everything else, you add 5 to the supply. Always to the supply. Okay, so that 10 becomes a 15, and now you just set these two equal to each other and solve. Set these two equal to each other, and when you solve you get 500, and you plug 40 back in to either one of these, and you get Q is 40. And there you go. And then 57 says, suppose a certain market has a demand of this and a supply of that, then the tax of 50 cents is levied, find the market equilibrium price. Alright, so with each one, you want to solve each one for P. So for supply, I solved it for P first. For demand, I solved it for P first. Notice I tack on the 50 cents here. Okay, so 540 over 120 plus 0.50 ends up actually adding up to 5, believe it or not. And when you get this big long guy with all these fractions in it, I multiplied everything by 120. Everything by 120. And so I get this guy, and this guy simplifies down to Q equals 1,200. I plug that number back into either one of these guys, either one, or this one or that one, and I get price of $15.